Hi everyone, my name is Christy and I am starting this new Instagram page, so I am not really used to recording and all of that. Hopefully I'll get better at it, but I just wanted to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about me and kind of give you a background for why I'm starting this page. So I have been married for almost 15 years. I am a mom of 7. My youngest is almost 3. My oldest just turned 14. So there's a lot of kids in a little amount of time. I am really passionate about self-love and health and beauty. And so I think that as moms, we tend to feel really guilty when we do things for ourselves. I know personally that whenever I go and do even the littlest thing, whether it's driving down to Starbucks and getting a quick drink by myself, or just shutting my bedroom door for a few minutes to get a few minutes of peace, every time I do any of those things, I am left feeling really guilty inside and like I'm just not a very good mom. And I know that that's not true. I know that us moms are doing the best that we can. And the fact that we are even thinking about if we are good moms, if we're like, the fact that we're worried about that just goes to show that we are good moms. And so I wanted to start this Instagram page to hopefully form a community of women, moms, whether you're a mom of 1 or a mom of 12, whether you're a new mom or a grandmother, whether you're single, married, divorced, whatever it may be. I want to start a community of women where we can learn how to love ourselves, how to be patient with ourselves, and how to get rid of that guilt that comes with motherhood and taking care of ourselves at the same time. So I wanted to share a little bit about the name that I chose for this group. So the name is Pink Back Community, and the reason I chose this name is because flamingos, actually, when they have their babies, the mothers, they lose their pink and they start turning like a really light pink or like a white, and that comes from the energy that's spent taking care of their little babies. And I think that we as women, we also lose our pink in a way. Obviously not literally, but metaphorically we kind of lose our pink in a way because we start to give all of our time and energy to our babies, which is a good thing. But I think also we start to feel really guilty when we try to focus on ourselves or taking time to do something that we love. And I just think that self-care is a beautiful thing. I think that it's not selfish. I think that moms deserve it, whether that's just taking a bath in the evening or taking time to meditate or going to the gym, finding fitness, just whatever it is that you love to do before you were a mom. I believe that you should focus on doing that now that you're a mom too, because you deserve it. You're worthy of care too, just like your children are. And so I don't think that that's something that we need to feel guilty about. I think that as moms, we need to change the narrative. We need to find out what it is that's making us feel guilty and then challenge that in our minds. So today I want to talk about mom guilt. I want to ask a question for those of you that are watching, if anybody even watches this video. Have you ever felt mom guilt before? I know that I have. Whether it's just something small that I want to go out and do for myself, like just go and grab a quick drink, or maybe scroll through Instagram, right? Or go out with a friend, or go out on date night with your husband or your partner. I feel like whenever I do those things, I'm always accompanied, it's always accompanied with a feeling of guilt and negativity, and the thoughts in my mind start to say, wow, Christy, like, you're a really bad mom because, you know, you're focused more on yourself. And I've actually heard from people before, other moms mostly it is, that they've said things like that about other women when they tend to do something small for themselves. They'll say, oh wow, look at, you know, Jessica, she's on a vacation and she didn't take her kids. Or, oh wow, look at Tiffany over there, she, you know, spent all this money on these shoes, and she must really care about herself more than her kids. And I think that as women, we need to really, really be careful of what we're saying, because our daughters are watching and they're learning that to be a mom is to be stuck in the house and to be unable to care for yourself. You can't have a minute of peace. You can't shut your door. You can't, you know, and all these things lead to women feeling complete burnout. And I'll say to you, I believe that you can't pour from an empty cup. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your children. They should always come first. My children come first. But I also need to be somewhere in there too, where I'm saying, you know, in order to take care of these little people, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, right? So what I want to ask is, and this is a question for myself too, where does mom guilt come from? Is this like a societal thing, or is this something that just comes from being a mom in general, just the expectations we have for ourselves? Does it come from witnessing other moms not caring for themselves, so we think that we also should do the same? I'm not really sure where it comes from, but I would really like to find out so that we can, as a community, we can challenge this thought process. So where can we start when it comes to self-care? I know a lot of moms, especially new moms, they're stuck in the middle. They have a little baby to look after. There's not really a lot of time. And I'll tell you that will pass. Usually in the early stages of having a baby, you know, things really seem, at least for me, I felt like I was drowning, and I felt really depressed, and I felt like life was never going to get back to normal again. I felt like I was just going to be stuck in that same mode forever. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. I've had 7 babies. I had my first in 2011, and I had my last baby in 2022. And with every single baby I've had, I felt the same way during the first few weeks. It was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? This is too hard. I've signed up for something that's too big. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this. And I just want to share with you that that does go away. I promise that it's dark at the beginning. It's really hard. You're getting used to a new baby. You're not having sleep. You're just going through it. And I just want to give you a little bit of hope and tell you that it's not going to be this way forever. You're going to get through it. And hopefully you have people around you, a community who can help you. If not, you're strong enough to do it. I know you can do it. But we can still do little things that will help us with self-care. Like, even if it's just something small, like you can start out every night before you go to bed, just take a few minutes and close your door and wash your face, wash off like the day, you know, take a minute and just breathe. That's where I think you can start, especially in the early stages of motherhood when you really don't have a lot of free time and free space. But as your kids grow older, I think as a society, we tend to think that kids are completely helpless and that they can't do anything on their own, and we need to be there every single second. And I know that that's hard as a mom, to challenge that, but but they're capable of doing some things on their own. It's okay sometimes to take a small break, to close your door and just go sit down on your bed and take a breather and just take a minute. You know, your kids are not going to, you know, completely fall apart if you take a minute to yourself. As your kids get older, you can go out more and do things with your friends, or go out and grab a Starbucks drink, go out and walk around Target. Your kids will be okay. Like, find someone you trust. Like, if you have a mom or you have another mom friend, totally, like, get a community around you and let's help each other as moms. Let's take care of each other. Because motherhood was never meant to be something that we did on our own. Motherhood was supposed to be something that we included as a village. We're supposed to care for one another and help each other so that we can live a longer life. We can still be ourselves. We don't have to get lost completely in motherhood. Motherhood is a great thing. It's beautiful. I love being a mother, but sometimes I need to take some time for me, if that makes sense. So I want you guys to, if anybody watches this, I don't know if anybody will, but I want you guys, if you do, to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about where this feeling of guilt comes from. What can we do to challenge that thought process so that we can raise our daughters to care for themselves, to love themselves too, so that they don't get burnout? Because I know that burnout is so real for so many women. I heard recently that most women would say that they're closer to a mental breakdown than anybody possibly knows. And I've been there before. And I think that comes from neglecting ourselves so much in the name of being a good mom, right? We neglect ourselves so much that we end up losing ourselves, and we end up not loving ourselves anymore. And we end up as a shell of a person who just takes care of everything around us. And pretty soon that ends in burnout, in frustration, in depression and anxiety. And I want to help my mom friends that we don't have to go through that. We can make a difference. So share your thoughts below. I really want to hear what you guys are thinking. I would love to get some new friends. I would love to hear everybody's thoughts. And I just want to get all of your opinions, and I just want, as a community, I want us to just stick together as moms, help each other out, and let's get our pink back, guys. Come on, let's do it. We can do it.